It's really warm.
This history in this Flathead and Métis would go back to the late 1700s, early 1800s, and it's kind of foggy on how everybody knew to come here. Like, those stories aren't, but somebody obviously had to tell each other. I came here because my dad brought me here. He came here because Philippines and McDougal's were here, and they came here because Joe was here, probably maybe, but it's. And how we started coming here, well, Joe McDougal was here in the early 1900s, and like, we've been coming here and camping for 45 years or better. There's, like, in the Butts' cabin, there's signatures on the wall there from some of our elders there back in the 50s, and when they first started, that's when they were young.
You know, one of the things in talking to you that I find most interesting is that sense of, like, history that you have here as well. Like, I wonder if you can talk a bit about that and what that means to you.
Well, I'm very proud of the history that I have with my relative Joe, and it's a shame that I never met the man, but I've learned a lot about him and some of his characteristics, and he was a big, strong, honest guy, and he loved hunting. And he loved bringing people in here like his grandsons, and I hope to be somewhat like him. He was an excellent hunter and excellent person, as far as I know, from everything I've heard.
I came up here in 2007. Hunting with these guys was just, hanging out with them was something else. I had hunted with my dad and my brothers, my uncles, when I lived in Alberta, but then I didn't hunt for years and years, or even go out with anybody for years and years. These guys all motivated me to get into it, because it was just, it was that camaraderie, the education that I get is just, phenomenal. I learned so much from, not just about hunting, but about the place, like where we are, and about all the history here, and the great stories that they have. I mean, it's just, it really does, it puts a lot of things in perspective.
Like one of our members, Gus Lapine, were sitting around the fire up at Butts', and he looked around, most of the old timers were up there, and he looked around and said, there's over 1,000 years of hunting experience sitting around the fire. You learn stuff from those guys that it's priceless.
You know what I think my favorite thing is listening to everybody's stories and the connection that people have with the place, with the land, the history that's rich here, and it's history that's living. It's through the stories that are told. We go driving, go walking, and this happened here, that happened there. Like, that is just so fascinating to me and so meaningful. Where are we going, Mark?
We're going out to a couple fields up in Cabin Creek that we're going to watch, and a lot of big game has been shot there before. It's also not very far from camp. For an evening hunt, and it's it's open and quick, and get there and get back. And it's been successful. We've shot out there before, and so hopefully we get one tonight.
Somebody's. Those are elk tracks. Those are elk tracks. Yeah. Why do you think it's important that young people learn to hunt?
Because it's a dying breed, and they don't know what they're missing. People that grew up in the city, they have no idea what this is all about, and they never will. And I think just the fact that they don't experience it and make up their own mind whether they want to hunt or just be an eco-tourist, whatever, but experience it first before you say, I'm not even interested in that. Because I started hunting late. I didn't start hunting until I was about 26, 27 years old. And I thought I'd try it, and I really liked it, and that was it. Never stopped.
What do you think it brings into your life?
I tell everyone it's my passion. I mean, I was put on this earth to chase elk in the Rockies, and that's what I absolutely love to do. I don't love anything more than that. And it's not just the elk hunting, but it's, you know, as you can see from spending some time in camp, it's a lifestyle. Must be last year.
How can you tell?
Well, I'm looking for footprints, and I don't see any. Usually you can see the big elk track and the wobblies raking his antlers.
It's like that hands-on connection, you know, it's not just what you learn in your mind, it's what you have to learn these things from people, you have to learn these things from talking and community, and you know, you can't just read stuff in a book and watch a YouTube video, and I don't know.
Yeah, there's a strong connection with us in this place. Like I said earlier, when we're here, it's like we're home. People on the coast say, what do you do in your spare time? I say, count the days to the next hunting season.
Well, yeah, this is so important, this hunting season coming up here and doing this, and yet here you are day after day, you haven't bagged an animal, and yet that's okay too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot
That's
more
right.
in getting your animal.
It's just being in this place.
Yeah.
That's number one. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, you might see a cougar one day, you might see a bald eagle the next day, or we've seen every animal in here, and that's pretty neat in their own natural environment.
Well, you know, and I think that's the thing, like that's one of the big myths about hunting is it's just like a big shoot it up fest, right? Like
Kill
people
thing.
don't understand the respect for the land, the respect for the animals, respect and the knowledge of their habitat, like all of that.
People don't believe it, but the one thing I don't like about hunting is the actual kill.
Yeah.
Because you know, you just killed a big, beautiful animal. But, you know, you got to have a healthy respect and think that they got the numbers, they got the healthy population, and they'll survive.
It's a place that is phenomenally beautiful and so rich. It feels so abundant, you know, with the game, with the plants, with all the natural meadows and the creeks and the streams. It's like this is a place you could live.
There is better hunting spots than here, but here is just a special spot for all of us. It's
There's an attachment to this place.
you get to know it so well. You get to know all the hunting spots. A lot of the old timers that were up here were slowly disappearing, which is too bad. But it's a lot of memories up here that if it wasn't here anymore, we can't come here no more. I guess it would be different.